Hello everyone, Faraway Prepper here. Welcome back to the channel. So, I've been splitting wood all day, um, and I just wanted to take a quick break to make myself a cup of coffee and to have a small chat with you. Um, the topic for today is a topic that a lot of people have been asking me questions about, and that is living the cities. It seems that a lot of people right now are interested in getting out of the cities, and they're asking me how I did it, how I managed to do it. Um, Most people, they're saying, how are you able to do it, being so young? But first, let me get this water boiling so I can make myself that cup of coffee that I really need, because I need to continue splitting wood and I need the energy. So let me just put a little bit more wood in here. It's supposed to start raining very soon. So I'm gonna try to do this as quick as I can. Alright my friends, so let's get into today's topic, living the cities. Make sure that if you're thinking about living the cities, that you give it a lot of thought. If you have family, make sure that you sit at the table with your kids, with your spouse, and make sure that you guys are aligned with that decision. That way, you're gonna be preventing a lot of problems down the road. Now, the most common question that I get about this topic is, what are some of the issues that I have encountered when moving out of the cities into the countryside? So now I made a quick list over here, and I just want to make sure that I don't forget anything. So I'm gonna go very quickly over them. And number one is ticks. Um, Ticks around this area are a big thing, especially because of Lyme disease. And that's always in the back of my head when I go out in the woods, especially if you have kids. That's a big deal, and you should take it seriously. So that's number one. Number two is lack of income. When you live in the city, you can work anywhere, really. But out here, there's not a lot of options. And that's gonna have a big impact in your wallet. The next one is going to be cabin fever. Being so remote and so secluded, you're gonna be spending a lot of time indoors, especially in the winter. And that's gonna drive you crazy, right? Because there's not a lot of things to do around here. So make sure that you take that into consideration. All right. The next one is gonna be a lot of work. When you live in a place like this, there's always work, and that's something that a lot of people don't realize when making that move, right? When you're moving out of the cities into the countryside, you have to be ready to be working every single day, and you have to be learning a lot, especially if you want to be a homesteader, if you want to have a homestead, if you want to have a garden, if you want to have animals. And this is something that you have to understand, that you're gonna have to be working from the moment you get up until the moment that you go to sleep. I mean, it's gonna be constant work. All right. The next one is going to be no social life. If you're one of those people who cannot live without social interaction, then this might not be for you. All right. Now, the next one is going to be no internet connection. At least here where I am, I don't have internet connection. If I wanted to upload a video, I have to wait until I go to the city and things like that. And I take advantage of the opportunity that we are in the city, and I go to the closest Starbucks or the closest shopping center where they have Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, and I upload my videos that way. I don't have internet here. So if you're one of those people who like to buy online, say goodbye to that. That's not gonna happen. if you really want to leave the city, maybe a suburban area will be more realistic than moving from the city into a really secluded and really remote area. Now, I know that there's ways in how to have internet access even in remote areas, but those options are really expensive, and in my case, I don't have the money to do so. So let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be money issues, and I already mentioned about the lack of work, but when I mean money issues is if you have a big family and you're not able to provide, right, the same lifestyle that you've been providing previously, you're gonna have a lot of arguments in your family, and be ready for that, because those arguments will happen. I promise you. You're gonna be fighting a lot with your kids, with your spouse, because if you got them used to a certain lifestyle, right, and all of a sudden all of that's taken away, there's gonna be a lot of resentment and a lot of arguments, and potentially that can destroy your relationship. So make sure that you, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, make sure that you have a conversation with your kids, with your spouse, and make sure that you guys are aligned with that decision, and make sure that you warn them about all these things, because it's better to have a realistic conversation. Some preppers and some homesteaders romanticize this idea and make it look like it's a piece of cake and everything's about you know what I mean, rainbows and sunshines, but it's not like that. It's a lot of work, a lot of sacrifices, and I need to have this honest conversation with you guys, because I feel that a lot of preppers out there are trying to sell this idea, and they're not telling you everything that you need to know. And when you make a decision like this, you really need to know the good and the bad. So don't listen to these preppers who are telling you to leave the cities, and they're sitting in their fancy apartments in the city, making their fancy videos, right? And they themselves are not leaving the cities. So make sure that you really give it a lot of thought, and make sure that this is something that you really want to do. And obviously, there's a lot of good that comes with it, right? There's a lot of freedom that you have here. It's a lot of nature. It's a healthier lifestyle in every single way, right? At the same time, you need to understand that in everything that you do in life, there's sacrifices to make. All right, my friends, so I'm gonna finish my cup of coffee over here, and I have to go back to split wood. Thanks for watching. I hope that this video helps you in making that important decision. God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Faraway Prepper out.